Welcome everybody to Full Range Media. This is the second episode of Who Did It Better, Raw or SmackDown. So find out in just a couple seconds for who did it better this week, Raw or SmackDown. Glad you guys came back. Thanks for checking out the second episode of the week of Who Did It Better, Raw or SmackDown. And we're just going to try to do our regular old episodes or regular old series now. So we're going to talk about the best things that happened on Raw and SmackDown, and we're going to compare them and see who did it better. So we're just going to get right down to it. Best pop of the week, who did it better, Raw or SmackDown? For Raw, I picked The Undertaker, of course. He came out with a monster pop and talked about him versus Triple H, again, for the millionth time. If you're a fan of WWE for a long time, you've seen this match over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's kind of old. And for SmackDown, I chose The New Day. They came out with their, wherever town I'm calling from, don't you dare be sour, and then they came out with this huge pop afterwards, after that, which was actually pretty impressive. They get big pops all the time, but this one was pretty good. I chose Undertaker because how can you not choose Undertaker? Whenever the bell, the dongs, it's like, holy crap. It's like everybody flips out and goes crazy. So, Undertaker, no questions asked. It's not even really a question. So 1-0 Raw. The next category is going to be the biggest surprise of the week. And for Raw, we picked Nia Jax coming back and returning. And for SmackDown, we picked Aiden English turning on Rusev. And I wanted to pick Nia Jax coming back because I love Nia Jax. I think she's an amazing women's competitor. And she has like the toughness and the really good ability to just kind of dominate everybody in the ring, which is amazing. And her teaming up with Ember Moon was a really nice little surprise of her coming back, and everybody gave her a big old cheer, and it was great. I wish she had the biggest pop of the night. I think if Taker wasn't there, then she would be on the top of the best pop list. But I'm going to say Nia Jax returning. She had a really impressive match after that return. So hopefully she's been feeling better and 100%. And she'll be back for a while now and not get hurt again. So that's going to be 2-0. 2-0 Raw on this particular case. Moving on to the next one, we're going to do best match of the week. And for Raw, I picked Dolph versus Seth Rollins. And for SmackDown, I picked Shinsuke versus Rusev. And it was going to be AJ versus Andrade Almas, but the only reason why I didn't pick that match is because Almas jumped AJ Styles in the very beginning of the match. If he didn't jump AJ Styles, they probably would have had the best match. But I'm picking Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura because that match was fantastic. Rusev is such an underrated wrestler. They don't use him right at all, which is terrible. So I don't like that they don't use him right, but he showed me, anyway, tonight, that he is a phenomenally good wrestler. Shinsuke always shows that, but he is a phenomenal wrestler. He can hang with people like Shinsuke Nakamura, which is fantastic. So I'm definitely 100% going to say that Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura was the best match of the week. So that's going to give 1 point to SmackDown. So it's 2-1 Raw, or 2-1 Raw at the moment. The next thing we're going to talk about is the best feud. And for this one, I picked Elias versus Bobby Lashley because it's brand new and nobody's ever seen it before. And then for SmackDown, I picked Becky and Charlotte again. And the reason why I picked Becky and Charlotte again is because Raw or SmackDown doesn't really change their rivalries that much. They don't really move them around a whole lot. It's been Miz and Daniel Bryan forever, Becky Lynch and Charlotte for the last couple weeks, AJ and Samoa Joe for the last month or two, and now it's Aiden English and Rusev are going to have a rivalry, but it hasn't really started off yet. That's kind of like the new one, and the Bar and New Day have gone at it 16 million times in the past couple of years. So there's not really a big giant feuds there, so I would say still the best one that's on the SmackDown at the moment would 100% be Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. And they had the main event type of match, so that was really pretty cool to see. So definitely those two. But I'm going to pick Raw on this one because Elias and Bobby Lashley are actually a new rivalry. They're gonna. I think Elias and Kevin Owens are teaming up to fight against Bobby Lashley and who else? Who's the guy he's fighting against? Or fighting with? I can't remember. But hopefully that's gonna have a nice little rivalry between them two soon, and we'll just have to kind of wait and see on that. But it's a fresh new rivalry, and if they kind of build that up to him versus Kevin Owens, it might be a pretty cool little rivalry that they have. So I'm actually pretty excited. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But I'm picking Raw for this particular case for the best feud of the week. And then we have the best overall show. And who did that better? And I don't really have a lot of memory of what like great things happened on Raw. You know what I mean? So we had like two amazing matches between AJ and Andrade Almas and Shinsuke and Rusev. We had a good new rivalry form between Rusev and Aiden English. We had a good promo at the end of the match and the show and the beginning of the show with Miz and Maurice and then Charlotte and Becky. You know, so how can you not give the best overall show to SmackDown? Raw it was okay. The ending was pretty good, and like but Baron Corbin fighting against Roman Reigns was stupid. Everybody knew it was gonna happen. It wasn't really a mystery. It wasn't, so I was like, all right, whatever. So overall show, SmackDown, no questions asked. But when it comes to the other categories, Raw did win Best Pop, biggest surprise, and Best Feud. So this week goes to Raw, but SmackDown had the two most important categories in my opinion, and that was Best Match and Best Overall Show. But that's not really the way that this show works. It goes, who wins overall, and it's 3-2 Raw at the moment. So Raw did it better this week. Overall did it better this week. Not the best overall show, but in these 5 categories, Raw did it better overall. So chalk up another one to Raw. I believe it's 2-2, if I'm not mistaken. So thank you very much for watching, guys. That's going to do it for this week's episode. Please go in the comment section. Give me some ideas for the categories that we can use, and also give me your opinions on what happened this week in Hell in a Cell and on Raw and on SmackDown. Let me know your feelings. I want to know. I want to get some ideas. I want to hear a couple debates in the chat and stuff. So let me know about that. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to this video. And we will see you guys next week on another episode of Who Did It Better. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great night.